This band is made entirely of men named Paul O Sullivan, name enthusiast Professor Jelly here, and today we kick off a brand new series delving into the strangest Wikipedia articles. Name the series Weird Wiki, patent pending. And we start out with a little old group called the Paul O Sullivan Band, who are all notable for legally being named Paul O Sullivan. So the story starts out with Paul O Sullivan, the one from Baltimore, doing what any red-blooded American should be doing in the middle of the night. Indiscriminately sending out friend requests to everyone who he shares a name with on Facebook. And likely due to the novelty of receiving a friend request from your real-life doppelganger, many of them accepted. And this is usually where this kind of story would end. Just an interesting little slice of life brought to you by the Zuckerberg. But one day, Baltimore Paul saw that one of the other Pauls had posted a Fender bass. And as they got to know each other more and more on the interwebs, Baltimore Paul came to discover that many of them were musicians. The stage was set, and soon, with Manchester Paul on bass, Pennsylvania Paul on percussion, and Baltimore Paul and Rotterdam Paul on guitar and vocals, the Paul O Sullivan Group was formed. The only problem was that they were thousands of miles away, but then this internet guy comes in and saves the day again. By working assembly style and recording each instrument individually and then collaborating on Zoom, the group were able to come together and create a whole bunch of songs, including their first original single, Namesake, which gathered over 20,000 views in its first 2 weeks, which is pretty freaking good for a group of guys whose only qualifications is that they were named Paul O Sullivan. So the group was already doing pretty good, and then for some unknown reason in early 2020, remote work became a lot more of a hot topic, and the Pauls found themselves having a leg up on the competition. This led to the group starting a fundraising campaign in which 50% of their profits would be donated to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. The campaign lasted 3 months and led to the release of 3 new singles. And while the band's musical successes have been very interesting, I think that the thing that really ties it all together is the gooey, cheesy, Hallmark special, intergenerational friendship that has formed between these 4 perfect strangers.
And I was just like, man, this might be the beginning of a really cool kind of like Lennon-McCartney kind of partnership, if you will.
Which one's Lennon and which one's McCartney?
Right, because we're both Paul, right?
When Baltimore Paul originally sent out those friend requests back in 2014, he was dealing with years of physical and mental health issues that were so severe that he had to quit his job and literally lock himself in his bedroom for an entire year. He later told People magazine, "I remember telling my therapist that if my life could be this unbelievably bad, then I had to begin believing that things could be unbelievably good too." And so by connecting through music and a shared name, these 4 men have been able to make a friendship in what is truly an unprecedented situation, leading to what has got to be the only positive thing that has come out of Facebook in the last decade. And so, to celebrate the band, I like to dedicate a very special song to the O Sullivans. Paul O Sullivan, he's doing the best that he can. Woo! Yeah, the goo! This has been Professor Jelly. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe. Also, have you ever seen a Paul O Sullivan? Do you have any more ideas for weird wiki pages? Let me know in the comments. I'll read them. I swear I do. I swear.